Hi guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors have a Quinten Post decision that could define their new Jimmy Butler era, having chosen to start a new era with a blockbuster trade for Jimmy Butler on Wednesday. The Golden State Warriors decided not to add another veteran piece prized to the trade deadline. The new-look Warriors took to the floor with four starters in their 30s on Saturday night against the Chicago Bulls, with a rookie big man holding down the fort at what's been a revolving center position in recent times, coming up against Lillard, the big man Golden State could have traded for before the deadline. Quinten Post again made a statement with 4 threes and 18 points in just over 20 minutes. It was the second time in just over 2 weeks that Post had thoroughly outplayed Vic, with the 52nd overall pick also earning a standard contract with the Warriors in the wake of the Butler trade. While Post has been incredibly impressive since entering the rotation and then the starting lineup last month, there's still a long way to go to prove himself as a starting caliber player center on a team that still holds deep playoff aspirations. The Warriors have doubled down on those aspirations by trading for Butler and handing the 6x All-Star 2-year $112 million contract extension, now that Golden State have committed to a 35-year-old Butler, 34-year-old Draymond Green and a nearly 37-year-old Stephen Curry. The front office has to be very meticulous with this roster to ensure they give the veteran star trio the best possible chance of claiming a championship over the next couple of seasons. That's particularly the case with who they put around those three in the starting lineup. The center position has often been a quandary for Steve Kerr across recent years, and now Golden State have the remainder of the season to determine whether or not Post is the starting big of the present and future. It might be too late for the Warriors to make significant noise this season, but they have to enter next season with a clear idea of what their starting lineup looks like. Ideally, Post proves himself an effective starting big over the next 30 games, yet if he doesn't, then Golden State must have plans to find a reliable one in the off-season. That's probably really unfair on a young player who still played only 200 NBA minutes. However, it's also the reality of the situation the Warriors have found themselves in, and the fact they've invested heavily into Butler and this new trio with Curry and Green Bay Area native Damian Lillard reflects on full circle moment of returning home for 2025 All-Star Game. Damian Lillard is going to be headed to his 9th All-Star Game this weekend when the week's festivities kick off in San Francisco, California. The reigning All-Star Game MVP and Oakland native will be returning to the area he grew up in and is eager to put on a show after the Milwaukee Bucks faced the Golden State Warriors on Monday. Lillard spoke about the opportunity approaching at the weekend. Monday night was a disappointing night for the Milwaukee Bucks, who lost at home to the Golden State Warriors 112-111. Although Lillard had 38 points on 12-20 shooting, he also had 10 turnovers as the Bucks dropped another game at home after fielding questions about the team's lack of flow on offense and poor energy in the second half. Lillard was then asked about the upcoming All-Star weekend that is going to be a historic occasion for him. Lillard recalled attending All-Star 2000 in the Bay Area as a child, participating in the week's festivities with his dad and his brother before watching some of his favorite players participate in the All-Star Game. 25 years later, Dame Time will be one of the stars on the court. Lillard reminisced about his fond memories of the time before reflecting on what it means to him to be participating in the upcoming 2025 event. He called it a special moment and something he is extremely proud of. Lillard said that he is excited to show out for the people in Oakland that know his story. Growing up as an under-recruited basketball player who few saw the great potential in, Lillard now returns to the area to celebrate both his own accomplishments and the city that made him. For them to really know what I come from and to really know like my journey, and now I get to come back in front of all these people, and it's not just like Dame made it to the NBA, it's like I'm a 9-time All-Star and All-Star Game MVP and top 75 player all time. So to be coming back home, at 34 and all of these people really know. I think that makes me look forward to it a little bit more. Cues, they really know I got it out the mud for real. He elaborated on touching bars with local places such as his high school, but also acknowledged that he will be smart about making sure he doesn't overwork himself. One of the many community involvements Lillard is in is working with Portland State University to help young people from the East Bay get their chance for higher education through scholarships. Lillard spoke about being able to help out young people and their families with the financials of out-of-state tuition, adding that he feels honored to use his position to support people like himself. All-Star 2025 is going to be an action-packed weekend of see-miss moments, and Damian Lillard is embracing his chance to put on for Oakland, the city that made him Warriors. Jonathan Kuminga nearing return from ankle injury. That the Golden State Warriors could be getting a key piece of their core back in the lineup very soon. Jonathan Kuminga is progressing in his rehab from an ankle injury and could return after the All-Star break via Warriors PR. Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga, who suffered a sprained right ankle on January 4 versus Memphis and has missed the last 18 games, was recently re-evaluated. The re-evaluation indicated that Kuminga is making good progress. He has started on-court workouts and is expected to progress and be incorporated into team practices after the All-Star break. He will be re-evaluated again in 10 days. As mentioned, Kuminga has missed the last 18 games after spraining his ankle. The 22-year-old has put up very solid numbers in 2024-25, averaging 16.8 points, 5.0 rebounds and 2.2 assists while shooting 34.5% from three-point land. He was averaging 26 minutes of action per night. When Kuminga does in fact return, he should get his fair share of playing time off the bench for the new-look Warriors, who just traded for Jimmy Butler. The hope is Butler can help Golden State make a playoff push. They've really been struggling, sitting at 26-26. That puts them in 11th place in the Western Conference, while Steve Kerr's squad is just 3 games out of 6th for the final playoff spot. The focus right now is simply stringing together wins. If Butler's debut was any indication, the Dubs could be in for some good times. The veteran dropped 25 points in a huge win over the Chicago Bulls on Saturday, while Stephen Curry scored 34. Golden State is next in action on Monday night against the depleted Milwaukee Bucks, who are without Giannis Damon. Lillard is also questionable with hamstring soreness. Kingo will give the Warriors a scoring punch post All-Star break. Hopefully he continues to have a smooth recovery process, because Golden State could definitely use his presence. And you fan, what do you think of the situation of Jonathan Sigan? Leave your opinion in the comments.